They were among nature's most successful experiments in advanced weaponry. Cleaver jaws, jet propulsion, armor plating.
Their mouths are big enough that they could swallow a small child whole.
Each creature was a predatory pioneer.
There was a tremendous amount of carnage going on constantly.
There's nothing like it in the animal kingdom.
They perfected the tools for hunting, killing, dismembering, and devouring prey. And then they passed them on. Prehistoric assassins. What makes a predator deadly? The lethal weapon it uses to close the deal. And when nature perfects a weapon, it keeps it, even after the killer disappears. This process of recycling traits, called convergent evolution, is as old as nature itself. Ever since life exploded in the Precambrian period, the ocean has been a testing ground for predators looking to gain an edge on their prey. As time goes on, the most innovative designs for destruction become apparent.
One of the things we see throughout the history of life on our planet is sort of this continuous arms race between predators and prey.
Only at the very bottom of the ecosystem did you have plant eaters and that sort of thing. Everything else ate everything else.
370 million years ago, in the shallow seas of the Devonian period, one marine assassin stood out above all others. Dunkleosteus. His predatory advantage, his lethal weapon, was second to none. A new kind of jaw that packed one of the most powerful bites of all time. But what prompted this innovation? Armor. Most Devonian prey had it, including plated fish called placoderms.
As soon as there were predators, animals evolved protection from those predators, some sort of armor or some kind of hard shell.
They range from small armored organisms that were snuffling around on the bottom, feeding on detritus and things, up to the large apex predators like Dunkleosteus.
This was the original Jaws. A pioneer at using these revolutionary structures called jaws, which evolved 410 million years ago from bones in their gills. Jaws are weapons that open wide, allowing predators to attack and devour much larger prey. But a jaw can also be used as a hammer to help crack a shell or stun prey. A hammer is a handy tool. But Dunkleosteus had an edge on other jawed placoderms, one that made it among the most deadly predators of all time.
So Dunkleosteus represents one of the first times that these predators have developed a means of actually breaking down a larger prey item. Once you can do that, you can start eating anything in your environment.
And Dunkleosteus did. One of the largest of the placoderms, it grew to an estimated 20 feet in length and weighed as much as an elephant. Its back half was a mass of sleek, muscular tissue, and its fearsome 4-foot-wide skull was made of bony armor plates. But Dunkleosteus's formidable advantage, its jaw, was enhanced by specialized plates in its mouth.
Dunkleosteus had very large tooth plates, dermal armor, but they were arrayed in these meat cleaver-like plates that were arranged in the jaws of Dunkleosteus that were used to crush and bite its prey.
Dunkleosteus's tooth plates appear to be primitive teeth, but they are not. They were built for shearing rather than what teeth do, which is chewing. True teeth had already evolved in the throats of jawless fish. Powered by throat muscles, they chopped up prey for easy digestion. But Dunkleosteus's tooth plates were powered by its killer jaws, cleaving its prey to bits. Unlike the ripping bite of predators like tyrannosaurs, The force of Dunkleosteus's bite was generated by the shearing action of its cleaver plates, similar to the cutting power of a giant pair of scissors.
In some ways, it's almost like its own experiment in how to make a jaw. Almost like its own experiment in how to make a jaw.
Armed with this new experiment, Dunkleosteus crunched and chopped its way through the bodies of the smaller armored fish of the Devonian period.
It was probably doing some slow cruising around these reefs looking for a shark or a smaller placoderm to feed upon. When it spotted a prey item, it would have then thrust that tail in a couple of rapid tail strokes, darting toward the prey.
Once Dunkleosteus was close to its prey, it would snap its jaws open with lightning speed. And how fast they opened may have been just as critical to the kill as how fast they shut. But how do scientists figure out the jaw speed of a long-dead predator? With a little help from its 370-million-year-old bones. Mark Westmead and his colleague Phil Anderson studied a group of fossilized Dunkleosteus skulls. They custom fit them with foam rubber muscles and entered their muscle measurements into a computer model.
And we realized that Dunkleosteus was able to open its jaws quite fast, something like 1/10 of a second.
Dunkleosteus's jaw speed allowed something unexpected to happen. Suction, which pulled its prey towards it. Then, before the prey had time to escape, Dunkleosteus's cleaver jaws would make the kill.
Upper and lower were able to slide past one another. And that's when the high bite force would have been activated to bite a piece off of that prey item. One of the characteristics of large predators is often that they'll disable their prey by biting a piece off and then consuming it. Very much like two meat cleavers chopping the prey in half.
The structure of Dunkleosteus's jaws made him a master of dismemberment. Anderson and Westmead determined the power of this predator's jaws after they discovered a naturally occurring lever system called a 4-bar linkage that powered its bite. This type of linkage is incorporated in heavy equipment like tractors, and it increased the strength of Dunkleosteus's jaws by 1/3.
They actually had a rather robust joint on the back of its skull connecting to the rest of the body. This would have allowed its skull to literally move upwards. And we've hypothesized that as that skull moved upwards, it would have actually forced the lower jaw to move down at the same time.
By their calculations, Dunkleosteus's jaws packed a 5,000 Newton bite force.
A 5,000 Newton bite force would be like a 1,000-pound boulder sitting on top of a meat cleaver sitting on top of your foot.
By comparison, the bite force of a human is as little as a couple hundred newtons. Dunkleosteus's bite force was 3 times that of a great white shark. Dunkleosteus's jaw produced the most powerful known bite force ever. For any fish, living or extinct. Though incredibly successful for millions of years, Dunkleosteus and all the other placoderms disappeared from the